So, we're going to continue our discussion into everyone's favorite topic, money. And as we looked at yesterday, money has changed throughout history. And we looked at adding and subtracting money yesterday. And we're going to do much of the same today. So, let's look at some basic adding and subtracting first. So we have $2.25 plus $1.50. So we have 225 plus 125. As you can see, we lined up the decimal right here. So since we lined up that decimal, we're just going to go ahead and bring it down. Bring it straight down. Like that. And you don't have to make it that big. I just want you to be able to see, because this is a little bit of a different view and a little bit different size board than I usually use. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to add straight down. 5 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. We've already got your decimal down here. And then 2 plus 1 is 3. So 225 plus 150 is 375. Alright, so let's do another one of those. So let's do a little bit bigger number. 575 plus 325. All right, 575 plus 325. Now, if you're following along at home, you might realize that there's something a little different about this one. So 5 plus 5 is 10. So that 1 has to be carried like this. 5 plus 5 is 10. We put down your 0 and carry your 1. Oh, I erased the 1 that we carried. Alright, so 7 plus 2 is 9, plus the 1 that we carried is 10. So again, we put down your 0 and carry your 1. Now, before we forget, see, we put down our 0 and carried our 1 over here. Now, before we forget, our decimal is going to come straight down right here. Now, 5 plus 3 is 8, plus the 1 that we carried is 9. So, $5.75 plus $3.25 is $9. We just figured that out. And later this week or next week, we'll look at word problems using money, which is really why we learn money. All right. So let's do one more addition problem with regrouping. So we have $4.25 plus $5.25. Okay. So at the end here, we've got 5 plus 5, and 5 plus 5 is 10. So we're going to put down your 0 and carry your 1. Just like this. 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry your 1 from your 10. Now we're going to add that 1 that we carried into our answer. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus the 1 that we carried is 5. Now, since we're to the decimal, you can do this before you start the problem, or you can do this as you come to it. But we're going to put that decimal right down here, like so. And then we're just going to add 4 plus 5 because we didn't have to carry anything. So 4 plus 5 is 9. So our answer is 950. All right. So now on the flip side of that, we're going to do subtraction. Now subtraction is much the same as you would see in regular subtraction. $3.25 minus $1.75. So we're going to have a little more going on here than with addition. So I would suggest, if you want to bring it down later, then by all means. But I would suggest putting going ahead and bringing your decimal down. So our first part, we're going to start this in just like always. 5 minus 5 is 0. Now we can't do this because the bottom number is bigger. 2 minus 7, we can't do it. So we have to regroup. So, like before, the 2 is going to come next door and ask the 3, can I borrow a cup of sugar? And the 3 is going to say, why, of course, 2, you can borrow a cup of sugar. So the cup of sugar that the 3 gives the 2 comes right here. And now instead of 3 cups of sugar, the 3 only has 2 cups of sugar. So, does everybody see that? Well, we'll go over a few more problems just like that. So 12 minus 7 is 5. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So 325, because that's what we started with before we made all the regrouping. 325 minus 175 is 150. And we just went through the steps. So you can add it back just like with the regular subtraction, because this is regular subtraction. You can add it back and check your answer, but again, we went through the proper steps, so you should get the right answer. And if you didn't, then check over your work and check over your process. So we're going to do another one just like that so we can continue to practice. 550 minus 175. All right. So this one's going to be a little more challenging. So what I would do first, because we're going to have a good bit going on in this problem, what I would do first is go ahead and take your decimal down and put it right there. Now we're going to start on this side, like always. If you're not starting on this side, then you're probably not going to get the right answer because there's going to be a lot of regrouping going on. So 0 minus 5 we can't do. So the 0 becomes a 10. The 0 borrowed 1 cup of sugar from the 5 next door. So the 5 now has 4 cups of sugar. Okay, so I like to go step by step. So let's go step by step. Our 10 minus 5 is first. So 10 minus 5 is what? 10 minus 5 is 5. And now 4 minus 7, we can't do it. So once again, we're going to go next door and we're going to ask the 5 if we can borrow a cup of sugar. The 5 says yes, of course. So he sends 1 cup of sugar over and it goes down right next to the 4. And now instead of 5 cups of sugar, the 5 only has 4 cups. So now we have our problem that we're ready to solve. 14 minus 7 is 7. And 4 minus 1 is 3. So our answer to 550, this was 550 before we did all the regrouping. 550 minus 175 is 375. And we just went through all the steps. Once again, you can add back what you subtracted to check your problem. And if I had my bigger board, I'd show you how to do that. Maybe in our lesson tomorrow, I'll have my bigger board so I can show you how to do that. All right. So until then, keep practicing with the money. It's going to pay off in the future. And I'll see you next time.